Hi, this is Peter Gertie, and we move forward with Strategic Link Building 3.0. And in previous video, we were talking about SLB 3.0 core. So now we are going to talk about SLB 3.0 processes, right? And basically, this is going to be about the strategy and exact steps that you need to take when you have all the systems enabled. Also, if you don't have systems, let's say you just have a SOSISIN, right? Then you can just do that manually, obviously, right? So you can follow the same processes manually. Now, as I mentioned in the first video, this is an open-ended mind map, which means that as more features will be available in SOSISIN, as more features we will add in WP-RSS Magnet and Evergreen backlinks, then as soon as that's done, we will add a new element in SLB 3.0 to explain the new strategy. So this mind map is going to grow every month pretty much because the systems are growing every single month. So now this is at this point when I'm recording this video, this is what the system does, and that's why I designed the processes based on those systems capabilities, right? So first, let's talk about SOSISIN setup. And this is a basic setup. It's probably not going to change much. There are some features that is available now. There are some features that will be available shortly. But based on that, I'm basically set up these kind of guidelines for you, right? So when it comes to account groups, you want to define new account group for each website. So if you have 100 websites, create 100 account groups, right? And then for each account group, you want to set up a full setup, different accounts, and as I mentioned here, for each website, and add those to particular group in SOSISIN. And the reason why you want to do that is because that's where you will gain the maximum leverage from SOSISIN. So if you have just one set of accounts, right, and you have one group, then you can do as much as those accounts can do for you. But if you have 10 websites, 10 full setup accounts, and then you start to distribute based on those setups, that's where the power is going to be in place, right? That's where everything will happen, and you will gain the maximum leverage from the system. Also, it's very important that accounts shouldn't be linked with you or your money site. So accounts in SOSISIN should be a separate stuff. It has nothing to do with traffic generation channel, announcement channel, with yourself or your personal accounts, nothing to do with it. Those should be a totally different accounts. Just you set them up, get them customized, and get them running so that they look real, because as more real they will look, the more results and more sustainable they will be. So that's how you set up accounts. And then you have different campaigns, right? So for announcement network syndications, also for your money site syndications, you can set up a separate campaign in SOSISIN. And also you can define that based on the money site. And for DGNs, which is traffic generation channel purposes, you set up for a single money site, set up different campaign in SOSISIN. So one campaign per TGNs per website. That will be enough in terms of the management. So it will be easy for you to understand who is going where. It will be easy to look on the reportings and things like that. So you do not need to create different campaign for each TGN, right? It's not necessary unless you have like super big website. It's enough to have one campaign which is like 4 TGNs. That's totally fine. And now let's talk about distribution. So how you can do that. As you can see, we have 3 types of syndications, right? So money site syndication sequence, announcement network syndication sequence, and traffic generation network syndication sequence. And for each of it, we have different story here, right? So money site syndication sequence works like this. Number 1, you publish a post on your money site. So this is your either original content, and it comes from here. And let me actually connect that quickly for you, right? So we will connect this, let's see, this. Let me try to scroll down. We will connect this with this. So as you can see, it will be connected in the money site, right? And also we want to connect curated content as well, right? It doesn't matter whether it's original or curated content. That's totally kind of fine, right? So now, as you can see, it goes, there is a second line that goes pretty much the same way. So basically, once you publish a post on your money site, right, you want to create a post for SocialSyn. So in SocialSyn, you will see ability to create an article. There will be a content campaign, so you can create an article for content campaign, or you can create a post. This point, because we are talking about your money side, you want to create a post for SocialSyn, right? So basically, what do? And if you will have like evergreen backlinks, it's going to be super easy. But basically, you want to create between 200 to 400 words of unique content, right? It's not the same content that you put in an article, right? But it's unique content. You want to use unique title. So again, not the same as your content on your site. You want to use the same tags or keywords that you are using for the specific post to which you are kind of building this SocialSyn syndication, right? And you want to provide Twitter hashtags. You want to search maybe Twitter trends to see what is the most relevant and what is the most used for that type of content. So that's what you need to provide when you create a post, right? And obviously, basically when you create this unique content, you just say something like this in your own words. So I just created a post about XYZ, and this is what you are going to learn about, and this is why you should be reading that, and you should be visiting my website to see it even more, right? So that type of content you would put there, right? You would put in SocialSyn post options. And then on the same time, you also want to create a vote syndication, which is going to be, you want to add Facebook share, LinkedIn share, Facebook likes, and tweets or retweets. And here I would say that you want to do that for unique content, because obviously vote campaign is a little bit limited in SocialSyn, at least at this point. And let me just try to kind of do this now. Let me try to scroll it down and just make it work. So I couldn't make it work. Anyway, you got the point. So basically, when you create a unique post, then you want to create a vote syndication for that unique post, so you get some social traction on those posts as much as possible. And then obviously step number 4 is submit all of this via SocialSyn. So if you will use evergreen backlinks, then all of this will happen in one go. So you will be able to create a post campaign and instantly a vote campaign. You will push one button, it's going to be sent out, and pretty much that's how it's going to be submitted and will work for SocialSyn, right? So that's when it comes to money site syndication sequence. Now, announcement network syndication sequence is pretty much the same, but here's how you do it. You submit your content to announcement network, so that's the first step. Then you go pretty much, you pick the destination from your announcement network, and each time you use different, because let's say in announcement network you have 8 to 15 accounts. So now today, if you are doing a syndication to announcement network, you do distribution there, then you pick, for example, WordPress.com link. Next time, if you submit something tomorrow, then you want to pick maybe Tumblr.com, right? So whatever you have, whatever your accounts you have in announcement network, you always want to pick different accounts. So you get certain kind of the same traction for all different accounts. So Google can see that all of them are active and not just one account. And then you want to create post for SocialSyn, right? And basically you do the same. You create between 200 to 400 words of unique content. You use unique title, not the same as your content on your website or on your destination place. You want to use the same tags or keywords you are using for the specific post to which you are building this syndication for, right? And you want to provide Twitter hashtags, which are based basically on what is trending and so on and so forth. In terms of relevance. And then what you do, you pretty much just submit that. You don't do a vote campaign, because vote campaign is really limited. There is no kind of, you cannot submit unlimited campaigns there. So you can submit just a limited number of URLs, and therefore we want to save that for now for money side. If something will change in the future, I will add in the processes new stuff, which I'm going to explain in new videos. So that's when it comes to announcement network syndication sequence. Now, finally, traffic generation network syndication sequence is very simple. You create a backlink from your TGN network. So you basically create some kind of syndication to your TGN network. Then for that syndication, you just pick the link to which it was submitted. You create an article type campaign on SocialSyn, and you provide details for article campaign, and pretty much straightforward and very simple. You provide article tags, you provide hashtags for Twitter, and you select categories for article and for stumble upon. That's it. You submit that to Syndication. So you don't need to create unique content or anything like that. That means that you can essentially take any link from TGN. So let's say you syndicate content to TGN today and you create 10 or 20 backlinks. So you can create any destination from TGN, all of those, and create these article campaigns to each of it. And this is going to be submitted to Syndication, and then you just let Syndication to do the work. And when it comes to vote campaign, there is one thing that you can do. You can add 20 to 30 website hits to destination URL, so to your TGN backlink URL. So in Syndication, you can set up a web hits campaign, so you can do that, and you can literally just add web hits to those kind of TGN destination. That's the only place where I, at this point, see where you need this website hits. No other place you really need that. It's not really so important, but for TGNs, it can do some good in terms of Alexa maybe increase, Alexa rankings and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it about SLB 3.0 processes. And overall, at this point, this is what you need to implement. This is what you need to set up in your systems. Get it ready, get it all locked inside Syndication, Evergreen SEO Suite, Evergreen Backlinks, WP RSS Magnet, all of those connected together. And then once we will add new features, then we will go from here. We will start to add new stuff, new model, new way of syndication to get better and better results. So this is Peter Garrity. Bye for now.